This is the danger of attribution. This is why when you look at things that Shopify, $1 billion publicly traded company, it up by a factor of 70%. How do you manage your media platforms by clicks when you only get 3 out of 100 clicks?
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's all benchmarking. It really is. That's the only thing I use.
This is the last 2 weeks where he was doing it his way. This is the last 2 weeks where I said, do it my way. I said, I'm going to keep my spend the same. Basically, I'm bouncing $200 up and down of 9K.
Yeah.
They went from 9K to 12K to 22 to 23. Now, 9 to 12, we can see this going from 96 down to 79. Now, 12 to 22 in 1 week, big jump, almost 100%
That's a massive
increase.
Jump. Yeah.
Up to 104. Hold tight, down to 89. So watch this. Watch these last 2 weeks, okay? The last 2 weeks, I have spent within $50 a week. It is so tight that just holding these two here and looking at where this is going, I said, just hang tight for it right now. And let's watch this. If we look at the last 14 days.
You get so excited when you're like, I told you so, and I was correct. And I
know.
I like it when I'm correct because
it went from
validation.
John. It went from John, I'm so sorry, you're fired. And I said, hold on one moment. To
the strategies work. Evidence of it right here and there.
Exactly. So now 6 to 20 compared to the previous period. Oh, baby.
That's a big increase.
50% more new customers. Okay. So 50% more new customers. Now, watch this.
At a lower end CAC too.
Yep. Watch this. Let's look at the customers. Okay. First order date, in between dates of the 6th and the 20th of October. Let's clone this. Okay. And then let's do 9, 6, 9, 20, a month earlier. Okay. So let's add up some spends here. So if we look at the total spend of these here, you got 40K. So 39644. That's 10, 20, 30. Yep. So 39644. I'm going to set that up to the side. Now let's look at these next. Now let's look at the next round of 64. So now we got 64410. Okay. Then let's go into this area here. The first number of 498 is the before, where we had the 39. So we got 39644 divided by 498 comes out at $79 NCAC. Now let's look at this one here. 64,410 divided by 734, 87. Basically, it costs us $8 more to get an additional 250-ish new customers in 2 weeks. That is a very big scale. For all we did is basically just say, go from 9 and 9 and 9 and 12 to 9 and 22. So our NCAC really didn't increase that much. It was basically an incremental NCAC of $9 more to shove in 250 customers in 2 weeks. Beautiful. Very, very beautiful.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
They're not massaged algorithm. We're not using CAPI imports. This is just the most inefficient,
pure
way to do it. And it's,
Yep.
And efficient way to do it.
Exactly right. And what's so funny about this too is even if we look at the marketing, let's look at the attribution and say, okay, if we look at even the state range here. Sorry, let me just pause camera. This thing's super slow. I'm sorry, everyone. So we look at the 6th to the 20th here, and then we look at the first click. So you got 147, and you have 135. So if I actually sort this descending, you got 147, 135. So let's do this. 147 plus 135, 282. Okay. Now, if you take this and go to the previous same period, we're looking at
attribution, by the way, at this point.
Exactly. And what we're going to do here, 147, 125, this here is
which
now
is benchmarking.
Yep.
For everyone.
65 plus 66. Huh. There's only 50 difference. You lie. You're wrong.
Yeah. The worst way to do it.
I'm
You're looking
sorry.
at a
I'm sorry, Caden. The attribution says that I didn't have 50% more new customers at a stable end. This is the danger of attribution. This is why when you look at things that Shopify, billion-dollar publicly traded company, it up by a factor of 70%.
yeah,
So,
no company. I mean, like there's so much lost data and impressions too. No company's going to solve that. So
yeah, well, I mean, how do you manage your media platforms by clicks when you only get 3 out of 100 clicks?
yeah, exactly.
So
It's
again,
all benchmarking. It really is. That's the only thing I use. The only thing that I would recommend anyone use attribution for.
yeah.
Is
And what's
just
funny
look
is
at a benchmark.
it was great because like when we actually met a little while ago and he goes, "Hey, I doubled the budget, but the NCAC went higher." I said, "Hold it. Do not touch it. Just hold it. You doubled your spend in a week. You have a 7-day sales cycle. Do nothing." So then now it's coming back down. He goes, "Yeah, 75 is still good, but we really don't have a lot of returning customers. Their main product that they sell, and this is where we're going to get into the second one. So we solved the attribution problem. We solved the MMM problem. We solved the media mix problem. We solved the in-platform CPA problem. Once we kind of like exposed himself to the proper way of measurement, where it's just spend by channel and how does that justify new customers.
Well,
And we saw that.
real quick though. So that's with good creative,
No.
on Meta. No, not good creative. So that's just
Nope.
the media mix was so far off. Wow. Okay.
No good
so
creative.
Meta still works better than Google.
No good creative. It was a best performing ad that has been kind of best performing for the last 6 months that really hasn't been updated. Not first click CAPI imports. Now they're CAPI imports, but they're not first click and they're not edge tagged, and they're kind of coming from the back end of Shopify, which we just saw the Shopify's attribution is absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
So we have no Andromeda structure. We have 3 campaigns also competing against each other. So we have 3 cardinal sins already broken: the wrong tracking, the wrong creative, and the wrong data. So I got three things that are completely messed up. And so the tracking, the creative, and the structure. So wrong tracking, not a really good creative iteration, no structure. So
that is all model then.
I know, right? Well, it's a good company. Like they have awesome juices, they taste good, they have really, they have good creative, but it's been running on non-Andromeda model for 6 months. I just said, shove it in this one campaign. They have 3 competing campaigns. I looked at the one with the highest amount of ad spend and the worst CPA. I said, shove it there. That's the coldest, because everything else is having low spending, great CPA. And he's like, really? I'm like, push it there, because high spend means high activity. But what about attribution? Please don't work backwards. Stick with us, everybody. So that's what we're kind of looking at, is the actual data there. So with Google having 0 change in spend, and this is what I tell people all the time, we spent $17,800 versus $18,200. It's a $400 delta. That is not going to double the new, or not going to increase new customer acquisition by 50%. Not possible. But doubling this did, going from 21 to 46. Perfect. So now the MMM model works really, really well. The problem that they also were running into is low LTV. Hey, if you like this video, we have a school community where we have a few hundred members and we cover topics, everything from the basics to all the way to the like hyper crazy advanced stuff that's like coming out next month. So a few hundred members there. We go live twice a week, something with an hour-long education about something that is very relevant to the community that week, plus a weekly Q&A where you just get to come and bring us all of your problems and we solve them one at a time.
So I have a link below in the description if you want to join. And then obviously if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and we can answer those for you. And we'll see you in there.